also invited some of the other members of the other group. They may show up, they may not, but I wanted to just open that because I know they would be here. Mindy Slagle with the Department of Education. She also is a proud Washington Township mayor. Willingly volunteered to come in and really just helped us get a better insight as to what the Rise Indiana model looks like. She's going to speak on the teacher evaluation model as well as answer questions around the administrative evaluation model. So it would probably be very helpful for us to get a good understanding around both of those models. So with that ado, I will turn it over to Mindy and take it from there.
Thank you. So thanks for having me tonight. I'm married to a principal, so I'm a former teacher, so I know what your days are like. And I don't know what's most helpful for you. I'm going to walk through the PowerPoint that we do that's sort of an overview of Rise. But feel free to interrupt me sort of as I go. You can be as small as you can be as normal. And I'm the person who's been sort of probably Bloomfield's a really tiny district, they're only using a primary. So there's only one administrator per building. Most of the others are using a primary and secondary. Some of them are, they're all doing it differently. So some are tapping into assistant principals, department heads, it kind of depends on the school. Some are using coaches. Basically, the primary evaluator is the one that's going to give the summative rating. The secondary evaluator can do supplemental observations, but that primary one is the one who's going to sort of wrap everything up together. One of the things that Rise is built on, and I don't know if you saw early versions of the rubric, at one point we had points and weights associated with each step of the rubric. It went through a pretty significant transformation last winter, where we decided we wanted, since we were building a system that was never going to be mandated, we wanted to build it as customizable as we could. So we started to pull apart things so that districts who wanted to use the rubric could use the rubric, who wanted to use just the data piece could just use the data piece. So a lot of the things embedded in Rise are pretty flexible. So the way that we build the process is around minimums. So again, in the pilots, depending on which district, this is actually playing out differently. So within Rise, we expect districts to do at least, so it's a minimum, 2 extended observations, and then 3 short observations per year. And we really pushed the at least 2 long, because in order to see growth, you can't just do 1 observation. In Fort Wayne, they're doing an extreme, huge number of short observations. They're doing very short walkthroughs, but they expect their principals to be in each classroom each week, kind of depending on the school. So they're collecting far more short. They're doing the minimum around the extended. In Greensburg, it's playing out slightly differently. They're doing 1 more extended and the same number of short. So it just kind of depends. But those are sort of the minimums around best practice that we felt were important. So this is not set in stone. We just created this as a model for districts to use. Again, each of the 3 pilot districts are doing it differently. So you can sort of try and map out your short and long and stagger them, but it doesn't have to be done that way. There's also, when we do some training, we do a bit of talking about how to support new teachers that are struggling, and it's basically a more frequent observations and feedback. So the student learning piece, this is really the new piece. I sort of talked about it being student-centered, so where we can measure student learning directly, we should. We want to take into account as many multiple measures as we can, and we want to use that information to increase student learning through some instructional interventions. So I know Washington should be doing time assessments, right, to inform teaching, so that's something new. So again, I mentioned there's 3 sources of data that we're going to use in Rise this year, where it's available. Again, that individual growth model data isn't available for everyone, but it's a test that we have a lot of confidence in, so where we have it, we're going to use it. visit teachers' classrooms, doing shorter observations and longer observations. You compile all of your evidence, and as principals, it's not an averaging system. So you look at everything. You look at the ability of teachers who have moved across the spectrum. So you're allowing for growth. You don't want to do a straight average because someone may have made huge gains over the course of the year. And you're basically using your professional judgment to establish 3 final ratings in the 3 main domains. Okay? So you see sort of an example of the ratings over there. Then you're just simply multiplying them by the weights to get a total. Okay? So that's this teacher's final teacher effectiveness rating score, which is just from observations, is a 2.25, as you can see. Then what happens is we take a look at all of the information, right, from the student learning objectives, the school-wide learning measure, and the individual growth model score. And what we did was we decided in the evaluation cabinet that it made sense to group teachers into 3 groups, right? So when we sat down to do this, we had a couple of things in mind. One is we wanted to treat teachers as similarly as possible, and I want to stress as similarly as possible, right? So that was one of our goals. Secondly, we also want to take into account that people just simply have different sources of data, right? So some people have really a lot of data that we have a lot of confidence in, and some people have only data that we have sort of a lower amount of confidence in, right? Those teacher-graded assessments. You also don't want to lump someone in who has maybe 1 prep in a growth model class, and then the rest of their classes are not growth model classes. You don't want to give that weight to the growth model class. Only 1 out of the rest of their classes. Okay? So when we sort of thought about all of those factors, we came up with 3 groups. And I will tell you that TAP does it differently, and they have 2 groups. You're either growth model or you're not. It's one or the other. I think that's much clearer and simpler, but I got pushback on that. And I think this is actually much more fair. So is every teacher weighted the same? No. So here's how they broke it out. So group 1 teachers have half or more classes have growth model data, right? So you're basically talking about those 4th through 8th grade teachers. The group 2 was the group that they actually, the evaluation category. These are people who have half or less than half, right, of classes taught, but at least 1 class or prep has growth model data. So you're talking here about some elementary or middle school teachers. That's sort of the new bucket that the evaluation cabinet thought was important to appreciate. And then group 3 is people with really no no growth model data at all. So here you're talking about most high school and then pre-K to 3rd grade teachers. And then what they did was they weighted based on the confidence in the data that they had available. Okay? So group 1 teachers have individual growth model data. That is, for the pilot year, we're 35%. Every teacher across the board has 5% of the school-wide learning measure. For the pilot year, we're using the new A to F accountability system, which will be finalized, I think, the next state board meeting. And then everybody has a student learning objective, and you can just see that the weight of the growth model increases the more growth model classes you have, and then the weight of the student learning objectives increases as you have less growth model classes. The same thing with the teacher effectiveness requirement. Does that make sense?
Right, yeah. And I think this is where naturally, you get 50% saying yes,
Yeah.
and the other 50% saying no.
Yeah.
Where you look at this and they say, so if I'm a teacher with more growth model,
Yep.
I have more accountability placed on me.
Yeah.
Than a teacher that is not connected to the growth.
Yeah.
And then the other way they look at it is they're primarily only being looked at through the effectiveness, the rubric of how they're being observed and
For
evaluated.
untested subject area.
Untested subjects.
Yeah. I mean, the weights.
You can split hairs really.
Yeah, you can. So we had, we're talking months and months of debate just to get to this point.
Right.
So my response to groups who are going through this process is, there's no right answer. It's the answer you're most comfortable with.
And the reason why I bring that up is
Yeah.
because that is all locally.
It's all locally, yeah, decided. So you could, even if you all decided to do Rise, you could change these.
Right. that'll be what our group, that we start to work through,
Yep.
regardless of which model we look at. That's where they wanna hang their hat.
Yeah.
That's where they wanna sink their teeth.
Yeah.
As to this imbalance in the weighting
Yeah.
of this particular.
And basically what you have to decide is, if you make it the same, that data piece really should weigh less. So TAP does 50% no matter what. And if you're in a tested area, it's your tested score. And if you're in an untested area, it's whole school growth, period. I really like whole school growth. I personally don't feel comfortable assigning a music teacher that have their evaluation based on English language arts and math scores. But that's me, like, I don't think there is the right answer. So we went round and round and round on this. So I think if you're dead set, again, about setting every teacher having the same percentage of data, it can't be 50%. I just would never put 50% on a teacher created test. And so that's why we shrunk the student learning objectives, obviously less than the test we have, which is more comprehensive. So that's my advice to you all. Any other questions about this piece? So then basically I'm just gonna walk you through, you take your teacher effectiveness score, multiply it by its appropriate weight, depending on which bucket of teachers you're in, along with the growth model data score, the student learning objective score, and the school-wide learning measure score. You multiply it out, you get your final score. And then this is sort of the effectiveness key. You can see that it's much harder to get highly effective than anything else. The effective bucket is the biggest, and then improvement necessary and ineffective are equally divided. Any questions?
Can you go back to the last slide?
Yes.
I just want to look at it.
Oops. This one? And that really is an overview of the Rise system. There's a website with all the resources and a PowerPoint just like this, and it's separate from the DOE website.
And it should be, that group sent that.
You have, okay, it's just
100 times.
Rise.Mov.
Right, but you still, I would advise you to keep going there because they're always updating.
Yeah.
New information, new tools, new myths being dispelled, all kinds of stuff.
The training for all of this will start this spring. So we're actually training the educational service centers to do the training, and we've already started that. So we're rolling out a module a month. All of the training is targeted towards observers, which would be from anyone in the district that needs to be an observer. It's pretty comprehensive. We spend a lot of time. We spent 4 days on the rubric this summer with our pilot districts. We do a lot of video
assuming that the rubrics themselves, that there's no flexibility there, that the rubric as we see it is what we have to use in order to adopt this?
Yeah, no, so, was developed as a model. So, the evaluation cabinets put their stamp of approval on it and said, we think this is really strong and great. It's not perfect, and it's not necessarily for everyone. Like, we sort of like laid out those 3 goals in the beginning, and they thought we met those goals. They felt good about piloting it. We're definitely, we've already made tweaks. So even since we put out the pilot rubrics, we changed stuff. So now, if you go to the website, it's Rise 1.0. It's not major, but it's like, you know,
Sure.
good feedback that we got from the districts. So the guidance that I'm putting out is, you can adopt Rise as is, fine. You can make very minor changes. Some districts have called and said, this is our local, like, this is how we refer to X, Y, or Z, like, we just want to change some word.
Right.
That's totally fine. Then you just call it Rise Washington Township, just so people know you made slight changes. And then I've outlined like the basic big things in Rise. If you change the weightings, it's fine. It's totally compliant with the law. It's just not Rise anymore.
Gotcha.
If you take out a domain, it's not Rise anymore. That's really fine. So I had a district today who said we really have to focusing on classroom management. Like we want to put a few more indicators in.
Right.
That's really fine. But it was just Rise and their local district name.
So if we wanted, for example, obviously IB is a big initiative, so if we wanted,
Yeah.
if we didn't see enough IB embedded in the
Absolutely.
rubric, we could do that. Now, in doing so, does that mean then that because we modified the original model, that we would then have to have 75% of our teachers voting?
Okay, right, is that it?
Yes, yes.
So in there, if you make a major change, which is the piece that I outlined, then, you're required to vote. Now, my understanding in the past 2 weeks is that the IFCA is saying no matter what you adopt, you have to vote. So,
Even Rise?
Even Rise.
So that's their interpretation.
that's their interpretation.
Right.
So we've been sticking with, we interpret it differently, but you all need to make the decision based on your relationship with your local, on what you want to do.
Either way, you want names.
So, yeah. We've been saying that it's only relevant to the grant. So if you're applying to the grant, and you're making a major change to one of the already developed systems, or you're developing something on your own, you need to take a vote. If you're not applying to the grant, you can do the same amount of collective bargaining. So, but that's how they're doing.
Sure.
And that's why I think early on, we were clear. But I think then as things have evolved, I think some superintendents have gotten that message.
Yeah.
And that's why they're announcing it. No, they're saying we have to vote. And we're saying in the law, based on how we read it,
Right.
no, we don't.
Right.
It was only if we were applying for the grant. Or we were totally doing something totally off the wall.
Right. Right. I mean, the legislative intent of that particular amendment was to ensure that teachers were at the table, which is entirely rational legislative intent. The way it was written and then inserted into a paragraph that already existed made it really messy. So,
And then, another thing, not specific to Rise, or not specific to the legislation, the idea of having teachers being a part of the evaluation process, teachers serving,
yes.
what does the language speak to in terms of the requirements there for that to be an option?
All right, I'll let this go out. To be an observer, you have to be trained, you have to have a record of effective teaching, and you basically have to have the principal say, I want this person to help me with evaluations.
That was my interpretation.
Right.
Someone raised the issue that that person has to have a specific percentage of his or her day
Right.
functioning in a capacity like an administrator versus
That's true. There is something that says that's their
primary
role,
Right.
that role, yeah.
And what we in that conversation, what we were trying to clarify
Yeah.
was that it's no different than if we said 2 periods a day is what we do. I mean, we've specified, I'm just,
Yeah.
1 period,
The pushback, honestly, the pushback in the session was from, the union, that they didn't want a teacher evaluating the person who teaches next door to them, like you get a sub, which is kind of absurd, like if you're gonna use someone to coach, and someone who does evaluations, that's how you should use them. So, and if you they do it really well. And, you know, the fear there is always that it's going to be a very competitive, it's going to create this competitive environment. You actually see the complete opposite in the top schools that are using it. It's very collegial. Teachers love that feedback. Other teachers like to be leaders. It's just sort of,
Well, and I think what we were going was to tie back into the leadership component.
yeah.
So we would help our, we build capacity and evaluating and
Right.
observing,
Yeah.
secondary
Absolutely.
evaluators. But at the same time, be meeting the leadership component.
Absolutely.
And
I mean, you all have teachers out there who could do this and do it really well. So, Warren actually, the uses they have a very specific. They use department heads, but I use that term. Their department heads are just department heads. They're instructional leaders in the school, and they hire that way. So they're using them. They're doing evaluations too. So.
are they doing that primary or just secondary?
No, I think they're using, well, Warren is, so, I don't know if I said this earlier, we have 3 districts doing Rise pilot, we have 3 districts doing, what we're calling alternative pilot. So because a lot of us mandate, one evaluation tool, we wanted to, have other districts who have their own locally developed tool, pilot it in your early learning else would. So it would be as if you used your current evaluation tool this year, but brought it up to be annual and include data, have 4 categories, and have the results tied back to you. So that's what Warren is doing. So I think their principals are getting summative ratings. I would want that powered by as a principal, like to sign off and say, yes, I want this person again, or no, I don't. But yeah.
Now, the reason why I thought it was critical for us to hear this piece is, as we also talk about the administrator model, because this ties into that part
Yeah.
pretty significant.
Right.
So could you just share a little bit about what
Yeah, so there's also a principal, I think you have it in front of you, a principal, Rise principal rubric. It was modeled after the teacher rubric. It was modeled after the teacher rubric. It's also modeled after the principal standards. The newest set of standards, I think that were passed last year. So the only thing I would say about the principal rubric is that it is, it's definitely not a traditional principal evaluation. It's very solely focused on student outcomes and sort of teacher effectiveness. So your ability as a manager, human capital. So when we first started working on this, there's certainly many more things that principals do, particularly around operations and families and community engagement. And again, sort of like the teacher effectiveness, we went about it with the goal of we really want to focus in on sort of instruction is really the thing that changes student achievement. And so we're going to build a rubric that really focuses on sort of principal's ability to manage human capital, hire the right people, develop them, make them more effective, and student outcomes. So, and again, this is a model. You can add to it, you can supplement it, but that's basically the premise behind the development of the rubric. The metrics, so the data component, we are actually still working out in the next few weeks. They'll be out in January, and they and this are being edited as well in the district that we're using Rise.
you know, same district.
Same districts, yeah. Correct.
Now, as far as the flexibility in this one,
Yeah.
there's a lot less, or can you talk about that?
For the principal rubric?
Right.
No, it's all the same. So, I mean,
But that also was early on, that was the myth that was out there was, the difference was that for the principals and administrators, there was no flexibility, it had to be exactly the way it was imposed.
oh, yeah.
So,
I mean, basically, we were tasked in legislation to create a model for districts. The thing we haven't done yet is a superintendent evaluation. And we're working with the School Boards Association right now on that. So, and they're all sort of going to mirror each other. So we were tasked by legislation to create a model for districts to use and adopt if they wanted to. But then obviously you can develop your own get a different kind of teacher contract. But then in the past 2 years, you just have a whole slew of new systems that really incorporate multiple measures. So I think that is a great conversation starter. I think sort of looking at your tool, your current tool, and figuring out what you like about it and don't like about it is a valuable conversation to have.
We've done those, had those
Okay.
conversations
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah. And then I would also say, like, you don't have a lot of time. So, and this, it takes a lot of time. So Warren, out of our 3 alternative pilots, one was TAP, so they had everything done for them. One is a really small district up in north of Indiana, and they bought sort of an off-the-shelf evaluation system. So I would say that's a really expensive way to go. And then Warren is taking their locally developed tool and bringing it sort of, and they are still, I mean, it's December, they're still working on that. So they're still figuring out how they're gonna do the data measures. They're still working on their, I just reviewed their rubric and gave them some feedback. So that's a solid 6 months worth of work, and they're not there yet. So I would say, the window is sort of starting to close.
And I know also you know, as we look at other models, and especially CAN models or whatever,
Yeah.
they come with those supports where the technology supports the data,
Right.
The data tracking and all that kind of stuff. This model would not have any of that. It would simply be all
The Rise?
right.
So I would say the Rise will come with all kinds of professional development.
It would not. It would not have a. That would be locally, but we would have to literally purchase something that would provide us the technology or the software
So
packages.
I was asked this at a superintendent's meeting last week, and I would say that my recommendation to everybody was not to jump on that ship yet. It's the direction we're going. I'm just not there yet because the pilot's not over. And I've looked at vendors' tools, and it's as if they created you know, you can sort of look at Rise and say, oh, I can create this great thing, but unless you're trained and actually use it,
Right.
the stuff they have is like, it looks nice, but it's not all that, it's not the way you're actually gonna end up using Rise. And so 2 of our pilots, so Greensburg and Bloomfield, are actually working with a developer, and I'm really interested to see how that comes out, because they've actually used the tool for 5 months, so their principals are sitting down with the developer and saying, I've used this for 5 months, now I know exactly what I need, and I know what it should look like. Because they've been doing the walkthroughs and collecting the data. So I think that is going to be way more valuable than a national vendor coming in and saying, oh, we have this great solution for you. So that's just been my recommendation. Not everybody's going to listen to me, but but anyway, I mean, I think we're headed that direction, and I think in 6 months to a year, like, there will be something that is really helpful and very closely aligned with Rise available.
And then the last question I would ask, and I won't take any more time. If we were to proceed with, let's say, this model, what would it be feasible to go ahead and implement, start training the person without having the data piece from the technical?
You mean like just an online form, that sort of
Right.
thing? Absolutely, yeah, no, I have 2. So Fort Wayne has actually developed something locally that I think is okay. I don't think their principals are crazy about it, they all have iPads. What's interesting about an iPad, the great thing is it's gonna be so bright. It's really hard to take notes quickly on an iPad.
Yes.
Which the principals discovered very quickly. And so some of them have gotten a keyboard to go with it. Some of them have, I guess there's a stylus. I don't have an iPad, so that you can use like a pen that some of them use. But a lot of them still use their laptop or a piece of paper, and they just it's kind of crazy, transfer it to their iPad because that's what the form lives. But the other 2 districts are using all paper or laptops.
So all the calculations and all of the summatives.
That we all have forms for. Those are all, yeah, they're all in the guidebook and everything like that. So I think it's just eventually a matter of creating something that will make principals' lives much easier in terms of documenting and saving the evidence that you collect. So I mean, I think that really like your next step, once you sort of investigated and looked at different tools and how weights happen, I mean, I would pick what you like. You know, if you really like rubric, but don't like how the data piece is, then go with that and start doing work around. You know, if you like parts of the data piece, talk about, you know, what pieces you want to change, what you feel comfortable with. You liked Danielson better than, you know, use the rubric, but figure out what you want to do with the data piece. So I would say pick the things that you feel most comfortable with and put them together and see if it works.
Any other questions? Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was very helpful.